Hey y'all, it's one of your other favorite Nosy Hens, A-Rain. Wants to give a really quick disclaimer. The Nosy Hens podcast talks about some serious topics and uses explicit language that could be uncomfortable to some listeners. So, please be advised. Love y'all. Yeah. It's the Stinks.
It's the Nosy Hens podcast.
We're back.
And we're back.
And we're back.
We're back. And
We're back.
And 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 we're back.
Hey, we are so talented. We should be musicians.
I mean, yeah.
We should be singers and rappers.
I mean, what a novel idea.
We are amazing.
We're back, guys.
Yes.
It's been a while.
It has been, but that don't mean that we don't like y'all. That just mean it's just been a while.
Did you miss us?
Yes, I missed us.
I did too. I mean, we missed you guys too.
Yes. So, guys, guess what? Guess who you listening to?
Who?
The Nosy Hens podcast.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right? It's been a
that
while.
Famous podcast
Yes.
where those two cute girls be talking about true crime stuff and be making people laugh.
Yes.
Oh my freaking gosh. I love that podcast.
I do too. I tell all of my friends and family about it. How about you?
I do.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you guys should too. And
Yes.
rate us.
Yes,
Please.
please. And subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yes.
There's no videos yet, but there's still audio. Videos will be coming soon.
You know what you be doing? You be pulling up YouTube to listen while you at work.
Yes.
And you don't be looking. You just
Yeah.
be paying attention.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely.
Well, who are you?
Well, I am A-Rain, the one that it always says the other nosy hen.
And she's not the other.
Well, I'm
She
A-Rain,
is.
one of your favorite nosy hens.
Yes, and I'm one of your other favorite nosy hens. You can call me Jazz. What we talking about today?
Girl, y'all may notice this man. We there's memes and pictures with this man's face all over the place because
Really?
he looks crazy.
Who?
His name is Ronnie Oneal
I done heard of
III.
this dude.
Yes, the man that got the fingers on the top of his head.
Dang on Simpsons freaking Sideshow Bob mixed with Lisa
Because
Simpson.
that's exactly
Going on.
That's exactly what he looks like. He looks like he has fingers sticking up off of the top of his head.
This dude.
Yes.
Well, you know what? I'm excited for you to tell this story because I know a little bit about it, but I don't know the whole thing. And it was extremely interesting.
Yeah.
And I know that I really wanted to watch the full trial, but I can't find it anywhere, and it hurts my soul. It hurts me to my core.
Yeah, there's like a video on YouTube that's like an hour and 30 minutes or an hour and 45 minutes or something that's part of the but
That's
I
probably
mean,
the best you gonna get.
yeah, that's the best that you're gonna get. And then even in that, you probably gonna be like, I can't even watch this. Because I watched a little bit of it and I was like, please, sir, get to the point. Get to the point, sir. Because I don't want to, I already know what you did.
Crazy people can't get to the point.
I know, right? And he totally.
They go around the mulberry bush 50 times before they get to the point.
That mug said, I'm going to pick apples and then I'm going to go strawberry picking too. So I'm going to wait a couple months for the season to start to get to the point.
It
was horrible.
And then when they finally get to the point, you be like, I know good and damn well that wasn't the point.
So, right.
I know that wasn't the point now.
Right.
So
It's never the point.
let's hear
It's
about
never the point.
this food.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So, on the night of March 18th, 2018, in Riverview, Florida, Miss Kenyatta Barron and her two children, Ronivia and Ronnie Oneal IV, so Ronnie 4, yeah, Ronnie 4, went through a night of horror. 2 lives were taken tragically And the monster that took them was Ronnie Oneal III.
Just.
Yeah. Lives were changed.
My gosh.
Yes. So Ronnie Oneal. Ronnie
I ain't
Oneal.
trying to do no ASMR today.
Ooh.
Like
Look.
some people.
Hold on.
Oh my Lord. We're back with the coffee too.
You gotta shimmy your shoulder.
Oh
with
my
the
gosh.
ice, and you gotta.
This is not.
Take a sip.
I did not intend on it. I'm sorry, y'all. I need to apologize.
Butter pecan.
She like her stuff super sweet, y'all.
I do, and I really need to back up like a Ford truck. But I don't want to. Here's the thing: I like coffee.
Yeah,
but I don't want to taste it.
Exactly.
I want to taste the cream and the sugar.
Yeah,
with a hint of coffee.
I know. Yeah,
that's what I want in my life.
But she be girl, y'all.
Cause it don't taste right. Cause it starts tasting like water.
Shakiness. Don't nobody want to hear that.
We'll take a poll.
And back to the show.
We'll take a poll. Back to the show, like Jazzy said. Okay, so Ronnie Oneal was born and raised in Florida with his stepfather Billy Smith and his brother Alonzo Kelly. They didn't say anything about his mom. Couldn't find anything about his mother. I don't know if she passed away or if she just decided to not be a part of his life, but they didn't mention her.
I wouldn't blame her.
Okay. You telling. Because I was surely thinking watching that trial, like, his mama got to be embarrassed.
Okay. Embarrassed. Okay.
Embarrassed. So his biological father wasn't around when Ronnie grew up, but he did get to know him while he was older. In one article, it said that his father suffered from mental illness and was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and schizophrenia.
And those are mental illnesses that are very transferable, like through the genes and stuff.
Yes. So. And I feel like that's kind of what happened in his case, because brother was crazy. Okay, brother was crazy. Oh, hold on, I got something in my eyes. It was stabbing me in my eyeball. Okay. So growing up, Ronnie and his brother were sexually abused by some of the extended family. So I'm assuming like the family on his stepfather's side.
Yeah.
And this caused a lot of deep trauma for him. His brother said that Ronnie would act as if it didn't bother him, but they would find him like at the top of the trees or like on the roof, like saying that he was talking to God. And I guess that was his way of escaping the reality of that abuse.
How old was he during that time?
It didn't say, but it just said when he was a kid.
If you talking out loud, that is a symptom of schizophrenia. And a lot of times people with schizophrenia have said that they are talking to God or demons, like one or the other. So
So he was still a kid. I don't know if he was like a toddler or if he was just like a child age, like between 7 and 10 or 11 or whatever. But it didn't say when. It just said they found him a lot talking to God, like at the top of trees and roofs. So that was a telltale sign kind of right there. And then that trauma didn't help it either. It didn't help it either. So outside of being abused, he basically grew up in a stable home, his immediate home. It said he grew up in a stable home. He grew up Christian. He sang in the choir. He played football in school. When he got to high school, he played football, and he was also part of the ROTC program.
Okay.
Big ups to the ROTC program. Whoop whoop! I graduated from one, but it wasn't no program. It was a skill. Okay, we was in the military in high school.
That's too much. I couldn't do it.
Well, I mean, it wasn't bad at all.
You gotta get up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
My attitude would start right then and there.
Oh, you best believe it was attitudes all up and down in school, okay? They was get down and do push-ups. And people was like, I ain't doing no push-ups. And I was like, ooh, let me get down to do these push-ups. because I don't want to keep on having to do push-ups. I ain't got no upper body
Lord.
strength, and I done been killed you if you needed me to lift you up. So, so after school, after high school, he planned to enlist into the Marine Corps, but he failed the entrance exam multiple times, which was kind of discouraging for him because he couldn't.
Wonder what the entrance exam consists of.
So a lot of the times that test, because I don't know if the Marine, if they do ASVAB like how I did in high school, but it was a lot of math. It was like quick. No time to think about it. You just had to do it. So there weren't really any physical parts, but I think for the Marine, they do have physical parts of their exam.
Yeah, sure.
Of course, the educational part, quick math, quick, what is it? What's the word? Comprehension. Just
all the basics.
All the basics, but you had to be quick about it because everything was timed. So,
shoot.
Yeah.
That excludes me. I cave under pressure, you guys. Like, do not time me for anything, okay? Because
well, now, yeah. Back then, boy, I was like, whoop, 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 whoop. I was doing all this. I was like, oh yeah, I know this stuff. I remember this stuff. But now, expect me to fail. So, but after high school, because he couldn't get into the Marine Corps, he just went on into the work world. He worked a few jobs. One said that he worked as a casino worker. He worked as a truck driver. He did like some other side jobs just to make some money. In 2010, he joined a social work group called the Build Your Community Group, or BYC. And then after one of the meetings, one of the group leaders that he met was a Muslim. And so that encouraged him to, start getting involved into the Muslim. And then he self-proclaimed himself to be a Muslim. So I don't think he did the whole all the things conversion. Yeah, I don't think he did all of that. I think he just liked the idea of it and then decided I'm going to be a Muslim. Yeah. So in this time, going over to my paper now. We went digital. Now we're going back to the archives.
I don't know, girl.
The caveman time.
Okay.
Where you have to use a pen and the paper and to get calluses on your fingers from writing so hard and long. So in that time, he was arrested 3 times for nonviolent crimes such as marijuana possession, theft, and driving without a license. He also began dating Miss Kenyatta Barron, and they called her Kiki for short. And the two had 2 children. They had a daughter named Ronnie and a son that they named Ronnie Oneal IV. When Ronnie was born, she was diagnosed with having cerebral palsy, and she was autistic. She was nonverbal. And Ronnie, he was fine. He didn't have any health issues or anything. So in 2012, Barron and Oneal had a falling out, which led to Oneal being put on child support.
Okay.
Well, he got behind on that child support, got himself in trouble. You want to know why?
Why?
Because he probably just didn't care to pay the child support.
And don't get me started.
He did not care to pay anybody any kind of child support.
Then don't create children.
That's all I'm saying.
You don't have no plans. If you know that you would just have an issue.
That's all I'm saying.
Supporting your children monetarily.
Yeah.
Don't have kids.
Yes. So hard.
Period. I'm sick of it.
So hard. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
For what? Why do you bring people into the world that you don't plan to take care of?
That is so true. That is so true. Because there are a lot of kids out here that are just like, why my mommy and daddy don't love me?
Do not make me laugh.
I'm sorry.
That's not funny.
I'm sorry.
But for real.
But for real. No, I get you.
Shoot.
I mean, parents, some of these people just really, they're not interested in being parents. They're interested in having unprotected
And
sex.
it just don't make
And
no
I don't want to judge
sense.
nobody. If that's your thing, do your thing with a piece of chicken wing. But you have to be mindful of the people and the beings that you're going to create that are going to come here, and you can cause trauma because you wasn't intending to have them. No way. You just was having fun.
Really?
That's
Have
it. That's
some
all.
foresight.
Please. So hard.
Okay. Back from the tangent.
Y'all know we like a good tangent around these parts.
Okay.
So after the whole falling out with Kiki and Ronnie, in 2016, Ronnie had another child with another young lady. Don't know that kid's name or that young lady's name, but we know that he had another child with someone else. So moving to 2017, he was wounded in a drive-by shooting in Tampa, and this left him in critical condition. He had like really bad injuries.
Was he targeted?
It didn't say if he was targeted. I think it just happened, and then he was shot in the midst of it. Because drive-by shootings, bullet ain't got no name. They just shooting wherever they think the person is. So, but because of his injuries while he was in surgery, his heart stopped, what did it say, twice during surgery, and they had to revive him.
Wow.
So that was an issue, that happened with him. But then when he woke up in the hospital afterwards, he noticed none of his friends were there. No friends, no family, not even the current girlfriend. No one was there by his side. He was there by himself. And then when it was time for him to come out, no one wanted to take him in. Not even the community.
Well, you got to think to yourself, why is that?
Why is that? No one wanted to take him in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one wanted to take him in because Sis
and
was
I
crazy.
don't blame them.
Sis was crazy.
Okay.
I don't look. I ain't trying to shade those that, but yeah. So, Miss Kenyatta, cute little Kiki was like, well, nobody wants to take you in, and I know, you really need somebody to care for you. You could just come stay at my house. Her mother and her sister both advised against her letting this man come and stay at her house.
Here's the thing. He not taking care of y'all's kids. Why you fixing to take care of him?
Because in her mind, she's thinking, oh, this is my kid's father, and they would probably like to be around him for a little bit. And the plan was only for him to be there until he recovered, and then he was to leave. Mm-hmm. He wasn't supposed to stay there and live, because they really had no relationship for real outside of the children.
I can't wait till we start. Well, I can't wait, but I can't wait till we start doing this on video, so y'all can see my face.
Yep, y'all got to see faces. We want you to see these punches. I've been kind of working on my punch and been strengthening these elbows so that I don't have the arthritis in the elbow when I punch.
Air punching.
But I do got these auntie bat wings. That mean I know how to whip up a good cornbread.
Don't get me started.
Or do a little pot of greens or whatever.
We can do all that with our bat wings.
I need my bat wings. That helps me fly. It helps me fly and get to the side of delicious.
Lord have mercy.
So we're going to skip right on into the crime. Or not skip, but we're going to move on to the crime. So after he moved in,
he started acting up as soon as he moved in, didn't he?
Yes, as a Sappington. A Sappington. So let's go on to the night of the March 18th. So Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, they received a very disturbing 911 call from Kenyatta's home. Okay. So I listened to the audio, and it is kind of like, ooh, like it's not, it's just, it is disturbing.
It's disturbing.
Hear, because you're essentially listening to someone having their life taken.
Lord have mercy.
He is in the background, so she comes on, the dispatcher comes on, and they hear her like really distraught, and it's like, I'm sorry, no, I'm sorry. Like you hear her saying that, and then they're like, ma'am, what's going on? She's like, I've been shot. Like she says that. You hear this motherfudger in the back, Allahu Akbar. He's saying Aluha Akbar or something like that. But he's saying it
just chanting
like it's just that's all you hear. And then you hear him at one point, one of these articles said, he said, Allah come in here and kill this bitch or something right now. On the audio it said, come kill this motherfucker. And then he goes back to the Allah, and she's like, no, like you hear her screaming and pleading for her life. And so he shot her. She was still alive. In the call, you hear a neighbor coming. You hear someone go, Kiki, like you hear someone call her, and it wasn't him. So the neighbor, or the neighbor's boyfriend, heard all of this stuff going on next door. He was over there visiting his girlfriend, and he heard some shots, or he heard like some banging, he heard screaming. So he comes out of the house. He tells his girlfriend, I think the girlfriend had a kid, but he tells them to stay in the house while he goes and checks in.
Brave man.
Oh, because I'm just gonna call the cops. I'm not going in. Okay?
Yeah.
So
but thank God for brave people like that, because
right. So because I'm obviously a punk. Look, I'm just gonna put myself in punk category.
I wouldn't say all that.
I would, if I'm hiding under the step. Call me a punk because I'm going on the steps. So
Lord have mercy.
So the neighbor comes out of his home. He goes over and he sees that the door is open to Kenyatta's house.
Yeah.
And so he just peeks in and he goes, Kenyatta, Kiki. Like but he sees, and he like, at this point, I don't think, no, she was, because on the call, she was still screaming.
Yeah.
So he sees, when he looks into the house, he can see down the hallway two silhouettes, like two people in the hallway. And he, didn't go in at first, but he just kind of like looked in. But by the time that he did decide to step in, she was already dead. And so he comes in.
Is he coming in like ready to confront whoever?
I think so.
My God.
I think so. So, I dropped my paper, y'all. So Ronnie, I think, kind of like steps away or like walks off somewhere, and he gets to Kenyatta. He notices, okay, yeah, she's dead. So he goes to drag her body out, and he puts her, outside on the lawn. He then calls the cops and reports, and the cops, had already
been dispatched.
So when he made that call, they came quicker or whatever. So between the time of him going over there and checking, and then the cops getting there, we know that Kenyatta is
And
dead.
where was Ronnie?
He was in the house somewhere. He was just
that man that
off.
Went up in there. Man, he wow. The Lord was on his side.
The Lord had a whole,
and he had confidence
him.
in the Lord.
Yes,
because
I would, like I said, be up under the steps with a whole fort, covering me, sir.
And then I just be like, y'all, okay, now y'all tell me everything that's going on, because I still want to know. Right. But y'all get up in there and then make sure that don't none of y'all
right. Okay. So she's like begging and screaming, for her life, and then he ends up killing her.
Shout out to my niece for making the notebook that A-Rain is using right now. She made us some detective notebooks, and I just wanted to shout her out
because she is the sweetest little stinkabug ever. She really is, and this little thing came in clutch. Okay, I'm gonna need like 5 more. So So Ronnie then calls the cops. Ronnie, that's where he went. I forgot all about that. I had to go back to my notes. Ronnie walked off and called the cops when the neighbor came in and pulled Kenyatta's body out.
Wait a minute. He calling the cops on himself or what?
He calling the cops. Guess what he tells the cops?
I want to know. This is what I want to know.
He says, Kiki tried to kill me.
Oh, you bastard.
Kiki tried to kill me. I was attacked by white demons.
That dirty.
And then gave them his address.
Bastard, bro.
Like, he just was not there. He had a check out.
Kiki tried to kill me.
Kiki tried to kill me.
You raggedy motherfudger, bro.
Yes. So another thing is, because when the neighbor came in, that was at the end of the attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Before he killed Kiki, before he killed Kenyatta, he went into his at the time, Ronivia was 9. He went into her room and hacked her up with an axe.
Jesus.
To the point to where they said they couldn't even recognize her.
Oh my gosh, Lord.
He hacked her up with an axe. Then he went to Ronnie Ford's room and stabbed him so much that he ended up disemboweling his son.
You lying to me.
No.
Because his son survived.
His son survived. Ronnie Ford survived. And so he stabbed Ronnie Ford until he disemboweled him basically, and then went on and finished attacking Kenyatta.
Oh, gosh, Lord.
And so the neighbor the neighbor didn't even, I don't think he, had a chance to go back in and check on the kids, but the cops were already there.
Yeah.
So the cops got there to the house. They see Kenyatta's lifeless body, and the neighbor, was kind enough to cover her up so she just wouldn't be just dead out there in the lawn. He goes and covers her body up. So the cops get there. They check her. They realize, she's passed on. They go in the house. On top of, I'm sorry, I missed this part. After he stabbed Ronnie Ford, he doused him with gasoline, and then he set the house on fire.
Oh, my gosh.
And so when the cops got there, there were no lights on in the house, but they noticed that there was a light that was starting. So they go in, they see that the living room is on fire. They go in, hey, is anybody else in here? Is anybody else in here? Ronnie Ford, musters up all of the strength that he can. He's holding his stomach and his intestines. And he goes, my dad shot my mom. That's what he said.
Oh, my God.
My dad shot my mom. And so after he said that, they rushed him onto the ambulance and got him onto the hospital.
Bless
so he can
this boy. First
treatment.
of all, okay, he has just witnessed this happen to his mom.
Yep.
Not only that, but he also has gone through extreme pain, the extreme pain of being stabbed.
Yep.
His intestines are beginning
out.
to come out. And when the police say something, the first thing he says is about his mom. That just goes to show you that he loved his mom.
Yep.
His mom loved him.
Yep.
And my God.
Yep.
Yep.
A night of horrors.
I wanna do some things.
Yeah,
to
I do too.
The third, I really do.
I do too, and yep, yep. I want to do things to him as well. So Ronnie Ford is able to. They were able to get him out, get him onto the hospital. They finally see Ronnie III. And he comes out automatically with just resisting arrest. Oh, I'm going to resist arrest because I'm just in whatever. I'm resisting. He resisted until they tased him. They had to tase this man down to get him to stop.
And this is what gets me. And I'm not going to go too deep into this. But all the times that officers had chances to tase somebody instead of take them out. And then here, when They could have really just took this dude
him out,
and it don't happen. It's just backwards. The world is backwards, and it pisses me off.
Right. The autopsy report for Kiki, when it came out, it showed that she was shot twice.
Okay.
So her shots, her being shot was not what killed her. She was shot once in the back shoulder on her right side, and then she was shot in her right elbow. So it was like he was just like shooting and not really looking where he was shooting. He was just shooting.
So what killed her?
He took a shotgun, the same gun that he shot her with, and beat her with it to death.
Oh my gosh.
So she died from brain hemorrhage.
My gosh,
from brain hemorrhaging.
I am through.
She had skull fractures, missing teeth, fractured jaw, and then fractured the back of her skull. She just hemorrhaged. Of course, we know that 9-year-old Ronivia, he basically butchered her, and 8-year-old Ronnie IV, he, stabbed and basically left him for dead and tried to burn him alive.
I would change my name.
I totally would not be Ronnie anymore.
Ain't no 4, no 5, no 6, no nothing.
Yep. I would
change my name. I would sooner change I ain't gonna say what I'm about to say, but hey, there's plenty of names that I would change my name to besides Ronnie the Fourth. Yeah. It wouldn't be going down.
Yeah, I wouldn't be the 4 anymore. I don't want to carry on that name. Police said that when they put Ronnie in the back of the cop car, when they arrested him, he called Kenyatta the devil and said that her children were the devil's kids. So he was trying to, he essentially was in psychotic mode. He was psychotic, and not that gives him any excuse of what he did, but we already know his father had schizophrenia and was bipolar.
Yeah.
They must have just skipped the diagnosis on him, because that's really what happened. So he was charged with resisting arrest, arson, and 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of attempted first-degree murder. Once the trial began, and this is where everybody recognizes him from.
Yeah.
Once the trial began, this
fool
in the words of my father, Fulio, this fool Leo decided that he was going to represent himself. So the courts had to make sure that he was sane enough to be able to do that. And I'm thinking, they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing.
I would have been like, go ahead too.
You know this man did this because he was in a psychotic mode. You know that's why he did this. Mm-hmm. So you know that he ain't really mentally fit enough to represent himself. But
go ahead.
They was like, go ahead, hang yourself a little bit more.
Yep.
Before we. So this man gets up there and he's like real loud, and today the evidence will show how corrupt and evil and lying that the government is. What?
I honestly would have paid to be on the jury.
Girl.
I would have paid. I would have given them $10 a day to be on the jury.
Girl. Then he goes in to say, basically blaming the government for what he did, and said that's what the evidence is going to show. That's why that happened that night. Girl, the face of the judge, like the judge was just kind of like sitting there, and it didn't look like she was trying not to laugh, but you could tell she had this look on her face like, this is so ridiculous. Why did I let this happen? And then at one point she like looked up and looked over at him like, okay. But she didn't say anything, but her face said everything.
Because that's well within his constitutional right.
Yeah, it is.
To do that. Once you are determined to be fit. I mean, I don't know how they determined him to be fit, but I'm glad they determined him to be fit so that he could take part in his execution. Ugh. Well, does he get an execution?
No,
go ahead and tell me. Yeah.
He don't.
But
that judge was like, I could have had some Chick-fil-A. I could have had a Subway sandwich.
And I know the taxpayers mad because it's like, why are we paying for this? Why are we paying for this?
Why? Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, dang, I bet them taxpayers like, I need my money back.
Okay.
Go ahead, run me my money. Run me my money. So he does all of this. We know, because he is representing himself, at some point, Lil Ronnie IV got to get up on the stand. So,
and this is what hurts.
the trial happened, I think, like 2 or 3 years after all of this happened.
That hurts so bad.
So he has to
face his mama's killer,
yep,
his sister's killer,
and his sperm
and
donor.
his attempted killer.
Yep.
And then know that it's
Yep.
his sperm donor.
And so the good thing is, though, because he, I guess, was a minor and they gave him a choice.
Yeah.
He didn't have to be physically in the courtroom. They did it through Zoom.
Bless God for that.
Right. So Ronnie III starts cross-examining, and he starts off with, "Hey, Ronnie, it's good to see you." It was so bizarre. It's like, what?
So now
he
what is he?
About?
He 11 or 12?
He was 11.
Okay, and I'd have been like, biatch, don't even.
He's always, "It's good to see you." And then, so Ronnie IV goes, "It's good to see you too." But I think that was just a natural response to "It's good to see you."
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have probably
hold
said
nothing
anything
against the baby,
right?
For that.
This man goes, "It's good to see you." Then he goes, what did he say?
Hold on, you guys. Pause 1 sec. I apologize for the technical difficulty, you guys. We're having a little shortage going on in one of our mic cords. Yeah. And so I'm going to have to disconnect and reconnect for the time being. But, yeah.
But y'all still here and listening. So keep on pushing with us.
Thank you.
Push on through this labor.
Labor of love.
Okay. So he starts questioning Ronnie. And then
that's what the judge should have just canceled and been like, I refuse to allow you to do that. No.
You can't do that. But he goes and asks Ronnie for like, well, what did I do? No, he said, what happened on that night or whatever that this incident happened? And he was like, you shot my mom and you took an axe and hit my sister with it. And so he goes, and what did I do to you? Did I hurt you that night? And Ronnie IV goes, yes. He said, and what did I do? He said, you stabbed me. You're asking these, and he was asking them with confidence too. Like that little boy was like, nothing. A unicorn came in and just took things away. No. Like, how is this defending yourself, man? You literally are just...
You actual demon. I would have been like, you actual demon. You sat up there and made a phone call to Satan, and Satan told you to take my family and me out, and you did your very best, but your mediocre ass couldn't finish the job. Thank God, and I'm still here, you piece of literal shite.
Oh, that's
sorry.
Deep. That is deep. That is definitely deep.
You actual, literal, shite stain.
Look, you dickhead face.
Or in the words of Napoleon Dynamite, you decrepit piece of crap.
Oh, we need to put that on a t-shirt. Because Napoleon was right.
He was right about a lot of things.
Yeah, he was. I love Napoleon. Well, the Dynamite one, not the So all in all, after all of this, the shenanigans and the circus show, Oneal was found guilty of the 2 murders and the attempted murder of his son.
Surprise.
Right. So here's the thing.
What, girl?
After he was found guilty, he was like, "Ooh, I should probably get some legal representation."
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. So hard. For his sentencing, he wanted to have legal representation. Like that was gonna change something. But this foolio went up in there on the day of sentencing and was like, "I'm not sorry for the things I've done, and I'm not sorry for the things that I have done, and I apologize to the family." Sir.
Bitch, what?
Sir, you could have left that apology in your ass, okay? You could have stuffed it up there and kept it. Okay?
Bro.
Because you apologize, my condolences, and I'm sorry to the family. Sir.
Nigga, why?
Like you ain't the cause of this. Ain't no condolences.
All right, boy, that's when I would have jumped over the darn thing that separate the audience from the darn defendant and the plaintiff and all of that.
Yep.
And we just would have been on court cam.
Yeah. And I would have been like, dang, I need some popcorn.
And then I would have been in the jail cell next to him.
Ooh.
Well, actually, no. I would have been in jail. He would have been in the ground.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah, darn straight.
That's deep. Because this man
I apologize to the family.
I
ain't sorry for what I did, and I ain't sorry for what I didn't do, but I'm sorry. Bish! And you guys, I'm saying bish, not...
Yeah, not the other one, because she's a clean
I
girl.
be trying not to have such a potty mouth. Don't ride with me in the car.
Yeah. I have a potty mouth, though. I have a potty mouth. I'm trying to cut back on the potty mouth. I do have potty mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I try and save it for the car, but when you have instances like this...
all the curse words just come flowing. Like Skittles.
Fudge.
Like Skittles and Starburst.
Come on, dude.
So, on June 25th, 2021, he was sentenced to 3 life terms plus 60 years, and they have to be served consecutively. Yeah,
I love it when that happens.
I do too. It's so reward. It's like a reward.
Yes,
it really is. So the upside.
And I hope he lives to 107.
Oh,
yeah. No, go ahead and live your long, miserable life in prison.
Yeah.
Dropping the soap on the daily.
Oh, my God. Not you said you hope he lives. I hope he lives 114.
Okay, come on.
That's a long, long time. We're going to be flying in cars by then.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, we said that about the 2000s. And
oh, you did.
I mean, we went.
Did you know that? Well, I don't know. No, that turned out to be a myth. They said that the Jetsons was made to be set in 2023, but really it was actually 2033, I think. Yeah.
So we had 10 years to be flying, y'all, and living up in the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think that's going to happen. We're still trying to fight climate change, girl. They said flying and we look. Y'all gonna get this polluted air. Y'all gonna get all these pesticides.
Oh, man. Jesus, take the wheel.
Okay. So the upside to everything, Ronnie IV was adopted by one of the officers that came to the house that night.
Yeah.
So it was Detective Mike Blair and his family, the Blair family. They were very happy to take him in. So Detective Blair and his wife Danielle, the whole time that Ronnie was in the hospital recovering, they would go up there and visit him. They would check on him. They would sometimes be the last visitors to leave.
That is so sweet.
They just wanted to make sure he was okay. And he was in the foster system for a minute.
Yeah.
But
it takes time to be able to adopt
somebody. It does. Yeah. So he was in the foster system for a minute. He did have 2 foster families, and unfortunately that didn't work.
Yeah.
But they kept in touch with the person or the agency or whatever that was his guardian.
Yeah.
And so the guardian called them them one day and was like, look, we need a home for him.
Yeah.
And they were like, sure, we'll take him. And then they adopted him.
That is
So now his name is Ronnie Blair.
Okay, that's better than whatever O'Neal.
Yes. So
that
now
is better.
He's Ronnie Blair. He's living his best life. He has his brothers and his sisters. They had 5 children. They have 5 children, so he's their 6th.
Good.
But it was 5 months later.
So he didn't have any grandparents, or
it didn't say.
Yeah.
And if he did, they, some people just can't take them in.
If he did have family, I hope that they are able to keep in touch with him.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that he found a family that would be able to take care of him. He wouldn't be having to worry about anything like that happening ever again.
Yeah. They his adoption was finalized in 2019, and he did an interview. They did an interview with the Washington Post, and Ronnie said that he said he's safe, he is loved, and he is part of the family. So he's doing well. Everybody's doing well as far as the Blair family. Ronnie 4, or no, not Ronnie 4, Ronnie 3. Sir, I hope a lot of things are happening to you.
I promise you. And I really hope that he is not getting protection from the Muslim group in prison.
No.
I hope they were like, oh no, you can't sit with us, and I hope that he never gets good sleep. I hope that he sees Kenyatta and Ranivia
every time he closes his eyes.
Every single time. I hope he can never shower in peace.
Yeah.
I hope that his food is always spat in. Every time.
Yeah. I hope you get 3 colds and a floor.
Okay.
They say you get 3 hots and a cot. Nope. I want you to get 3 colds and a floor.
Yeah. That's good.
That's what I want you to have for your 3 life sentences.
Okay. All of them.
Plus 60. That's another life, but they just had to cap it out. I hope that rats are always chewing on you.
Yes.
If you get the rabies from those rats,
he already know how to act like he got rabies.
Yeah.
I hope he get roaches in his room every night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope the worst, because I can't even think of any more words. I
just
hope the
get
worst
everything that you deserve in your life,
right? Because there was no reason for him to do this. He really did just have a
but
psychotic
you know what
break,
I wonder is what was the very exact moment
that he snapped?
Yes,
that's what I want to know too. Because I was thinking well, what happened? And it was it wasn't. It seems like it wasn't too late in the night.
Mm-hmm.
But let me go back to my notes. Did I write down a time? I don't remember if I wrote down a time, but I don't think it was I know it was late in the night, but I don't think it was too late.
Right.
If the lights were out in the house and Kenyatta, all she had on was a tank top and underwear, so they must have been asleep.
Yeah.
And he just woke up and
trying to terrorize people.
Yeah. So the story is one to never forget.
Beyond horrific.
Guys, if y'all see someone, because I don't even know if trying to help someone that is a friend or a family that has a mental illness and you see them in a obvious psychotic breakdown or whatever, I don't know if it's if you see it, try to get them help, because if they're an adult and they refuse to get the help,
that's my thing. But that's my thing, and that's what I wanted to bring up, is that if there was some kind of way where in the United States, or all around the world really, but you get diagnosed with a mental illness, but he was never diagnosed. But if you get diagnosed with a mental illness that has a proclivity to violence, I feel like it should be this thing where you're automatically required to take or do whatever treatment that would be able to help you out.
Yeah.
And you get 3 strikes automatically. So that means, like, if you were diagnosed with schizophrenia and there are 3 instances where you have caused some kind of distress to other people due to your mental illness, then you just got to go straight to jail.
Or they need to have like some actual hospitals or some kind of institution that can really help them.
Yeah.
Because jail can make people mentally insane.
Yeah.
So like nothing like an asylum, but something where they can definitely get that 24-hour psychiatric care that they need.
Yeah.
And then, because they're not I don't want to say they're not bad people. A lot of them are not bad people. They're just, their mind is like failing them and telling them to do other things. But
like Jaguar Wright, she is going around terrorizing people right now.
She really is.
And it's like, she already said that she was diagnosed.
Yeah.
So you need to be mandatorily treated because I don't know, is mandatorily a word?
Oh, I don't know, but it can be. Let's add it to the our dictionary.
Okay. Yeah, you need to be treated because you can't just sit up there and terrorize other people and continue to get away with it just because you have an untreated. That's not fair to the rest of the world.
It's not fair to the rest of the world. It's not fair to anybody. It's not fair to them.
No.
Like it gets kind of like I feel bad for people that do have mental illness. But when you kill someone because of your mental illness, whether you can help it or not, I don't know. Like, it's like, I don't know how to feel about, like, I really don't like you. I really want to.
Here's the thing though, like,
put some nails through your toenails.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, but dang, if you would have just been open to getting treatment, or if you would have stayed on top of your health annually, getting checked out every 6 months or getting checked out every year, being on top of making sure that you're fine for yourself.
Yeah. And when it comes to like mental illness and violence, to where I have like strong feelings of like, I feel like I can't teeter too much on the side of getting them help, because like in the instance of Ronnie, he sat up there and called the police and started blaming, the victim, and he know what he just did.
Yeah.
And you sitting up there trying to, go ahead and say it's self-defense. Like, you already know that you trying to set up, trying to get out of trouble. So you ain't too far gone.
Right.
You ain't too far gone.
But he was crazy enough to think that he was going to do something to represent himself. It's like, fool, you know that ain't going to work. Because
it is a slippery
you're showing us that you can't do that. You about to just put yourself in jail.
It is a very, very slippery slope.
It really is. These are conversations that, we like to spark, we like to have, and you all should have these conversations. And we like
to have them with you.
And we would like to have them with you.
Yeah. So you can do that. You can email us.
Yes. At the Nosy Hints Podcast at gmail.com.
Or you can slide up in our DMs on the socials.
Yep, at the Nosy Hens Podcast, y'all.
We would love to get your take on this.
Yes.
So
please send all of those in. Y'all, the day that we're recording this, what's this, Memorial Day or Labor Day? They the same day to me.
Is this Labor Day? No, I think this is Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. They really do feel like the same day. But it's Memorial Day. I hope you all had, because this will be in the future. So
yep.
I hope you guys had a great Memorial Day weekend, a safe Memorial Day weekend. I'm about to go see The Little Mermaid.
Ooh la la. La 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 la.
Every time I see the previews, I break down like a little biatch. Like every time I'm just oh my God.
Wish I could be.
You better. Yes. Part of that world. Go support Hallie. I love it so hard.
Okay.
Until next time, we love y'all. Be safe.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.